Just wanted to record some of the spring oddness. This is some sort of tree. I believe it's a lilac. It's young. Most of the leaves look pretty good. There is some dead on it. See brown leaf up here. And we do have some, I don't know what this is yet, a leaf curl going on. It could be a spider, but it might not be. I have identified a spider that grows in this yard that will cause leaf curl. Actually, this whole branch probably I should cut off, because I'm looking at how it's growing as compared to like this one here above it. And actually most of them, they don't have, you know, a ton of branches growing off them like this one does. Yeah, really, all the others are really not like that. Like, look at that, and those, they look quite normal. There's another odd one down here though. On the inside, I think I see some too, but you know, it could be bugs. This plant has a classic infestation of what I believe is a kind of spider. Here's a great example. As a matter of fact, there's the spider. I don't know if the spider's coming on the video, but it's on the leaf. It takes a leaf or two and it folds them together. There's another leaf that's the new growth has been folded together, and inside most likely are eggs. But I've had a problem with that. This is a hibiscus, I think. These are flowers from last year. But I've had a problem with that on this bush ever since I've moved in. You can see more of them. And I've tried picking them off. That doesn't seem to have done any good. So I know that this particular weird happening on my plants of the leaf, that's not a leaf getting ready to open. That is a leaf that has been sewn shut. Like this one. By the spiders. And there's lots of little ones down below. Some more strange stuff growing on leaves. Oh, in this garden. Not really sure what this is. Someone gave it to me. This is how the leaf is supposed to look. Pointy, serrated. Most of these look pretty normal. But this one here, either a bug or toxins in the air. I don't really know. I'll pick that one off and we'll see if any more end up popping up like that. But the new growth is pointy, and the rest of the growth is bubbled. It's almost like it got boiled. And who knows, is it the sun or maybe it's a bug? I don't know. That's an interesting find. I see a couple other spots, but for the most part this plant's okay. Another example of some more leaf curl. I think this is a baby peach tree. Right next to it is my peach, which I'll show you in a second. But the leaves should look like this. Normal, flat, straight, slightly serrated. I do see a black ant on it. No big deal. Ants are all over the place. But there's a leaf. It's all curled. As well as this one here. I don't think that's a frost issue. And like the old marine was showing, I have a leaf I can show you right here. It almost looks burnt. It has holes in it and yellowish spots. And there's some more curl. Now, this is my actual peach tree here, which flowered. And after the flower, We had some below freezing nights. Now it is, I do live in Mass, so it takes quite a while to get fruit, but I can see there's a tiny, tiny, tiny little beach there, and there's probably more, but just looking at the growth, and for the most part normal. Again, we did have a frost, so it's going to kill some things, but it doesn't cause that leaf curl. This is for the most part the peach tree. I see some leaf curl over on the other side I can't get to, but the peach tree looks okay. My willow bush is doing a big lean towards the sun. It's really kind of weird. And usually it's pretty green. A lot of the leaves are yellow. Maybe it's, again, because of the cold that we had. Looks like possibly some more leaf curl going on. And I don't like to see it in my coltsfoot, because my coltsfoot is one of the herbs I definitely harvest and use. Here's a normal leaf. It has a couple bites out of it because it's low lying, and the slugs really like it. But if I look at this leaf, it's got bumps and curls on it. I really don't see anything for bug activity. These always have a fuzzy stem, so that's normal. And they also get these, actually when the leaves are very young, they're fuzzy. And this one's pretty young still. You can see the fuzz. That's normal. That's pretty normal. Ooh, a lot of flies out here. I'm not seeing too much leaf curl. I see a couple others, but... And the coltsfoot really is pretty hardy. So we shouldn't be seeing leaf curl. I shouldn't be seeing bubbles. These are usually very... they end up being very flat leaves. I can't find the one I saw from a distance. And I think some animal must like to eat this too. And that leaf's been decimated. I don't know what ate that. Maybe slugs. But keeping an eye on the plants, as the old marine says, they do tell us a lot about what's going on in our air and in the water that they soak up. This is lemon balm right here, by the way. It's spreading all over the place, which is fine. I don't mind. Yeah, something's definitely eating my coltsfoot. There's some of the big leaves. I think last video I did, when they were first coming up, I said how big they got. I can step in over the fence and show you the size of that leaf. And it's still young. So, hopefully I get a good crop this year out of coltsfoot. It's turning into a longer garden update than I planned. I was really just kind of looking at how things are doing in terms of growth. Is it normal or not? Spearmint patches. Well, I have spearmint and peppermint. You have to pull a leaf off and taste it to tell you if it's which one it is. But it all looks pretty normal. Oh, so far, so good. And the yarrow is getting really tall, looking pretty good as far as I can see. It's a gooseneck loosestrife taking over here. Now that's a weird one. Normally the gooseneck, here's a good specimen. Pretty pointy, slightly rounded leaves, but not majorly rounded. This one here, well, I think it's a gooseneck, but all the leaves are rounded. again. I guess it could be that it got cold. I don't know though. See, these don't look like that. These other babies are very pointy. All pointy. You get that weird round one in there. I just hear a plane go overhead. Anyway. Yeah, is this what they're supposed to look like? Some of them look a little funky. I've never seen that before. Most of them look normal otherwise, so a spot here and there. One last update, and that's my sage garden. I definitely have to get in here and trim away what's dead. This turned green before we had a hard freeze, and so some of that died. There's a lot of grass growing in there. But it looks more or less normal, other than some freeze damage. A lot of dead stuff in here. And the culinary sage looks a little odd, but you know, everything looks a little odd in the spring sometimes. When you have stuff that pops up and then it gets cold. So the culinary sage, yeah, some of it's frostbite. And possibly a little leaf curl going on over here too. Now the peony, you can see the leaf curl also. I either have a massive infestation of bugs, or because I've gone around my yard and I have my gardens are all within a half an acre. Here's a normal peony. I don't want to disturb the ants. And a bud on it, nice pointy leaves. But look at this one. That doesn't look normal. Some of it is eaten, I can tell. This whole branch, though, has leaves that are not pointy, or not normal pointy. They're not uniform. They don't look like this whole branch. If I pull it out, there's more of it that doesn't look right. That's not what peonies are supposed to look like. Peonies are supposed to look like this. Anyway. Again, either I have an infestation, or, and I mean all over the yard, or something else is doing something to the plants. I was just checking some of these other young'uns here. See, there's some, you know, that's leaf curl. Other young leaves are fine. These guys here, those are fine. These guys here are not. They're curled. I don't really see any signs of bugs. Well, I did wonder what was going to happen this year. This happens to be my curly willow. It's just curly. I guess that's I'm going to share. This is already too long a video, but showing some of the strangeness in the garden this year. So far, we're not done yet. Not even middle of May.